All just catch up. You know how I like to keep those who may be interested in what I'm up to informed. And so here I am, just a brief one. Have a wonderful Waitangi weekend. Weather was nice down here where I am. Just a little bit overcast now, no complaints. Yeah, but just touching base, eh? Wonderful, and I'm looking forward to hearing the remastered Rehana Street digital album being remastered by Larry Killip. And I've heard one track some time back, City Life, which was put together by my good friend, bass player Gus Fenwick, who's now living in Mount Tamborine. It sounded brilliant. Absolutely, it just come to life. Just brought some incredible substance out of it somehow. So I'm sure that will happen with the remastering of Rehana Street. Also in amongst there, I've found a different mix of Secret Love, which I wrote for Dan Tecker. And with Ernie Seymour, of course, some strings and upright bass from a guy in New York. Yeah, that's sounding great. And an increased mix of Soul of Mine, doubling the strings and the BV lines, making it really flippin' soulful. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing that. I've also written a couple of new songs, but I also found two demos that I did with Chris Nielsen some years back, a number of years back actually. Cool song called Ain't Never Seen the Likes, and another one called With You On My Mind. So Christian Bennett has got With You On My Mind. That's going to come out like a real Al Green groove. Ain't Never Seen the Likes, Ernie's done a bed for it. And then there's another one called Misunderstanding, which is a great song also from back in the day that I did a demo of with Chris Nielsen. And I've got a bed for that, and I'm waiting on some stuff from Steve Wilson over in Adelaide, some guitar parts. And so I was going to do another album with 5 new songs on, calling it 5. But I don't want to rush through this year, 2026. So I'm just going to do one song at a time and space them out. Looking forward to that at some point. Just a reminder that my kids' stories, Seymour Slater, about the Slater down the backyard. They're called backyard stories. Well, Susie Cato and her producer have heard them and flipped, and they're going to Radio New Zealand for airplay. I am thrilled about that. Mr. Moon, which I wrote the melody for and lyrics, and Lindsay Wakeham had the music bed for that. I've written part 1 and part 2, a story about the character in the song called Mr. Moon, and I'm about to write part 3. I don't know where that will go. It's just creative fun for me. So I keep things rolling, and this is a great place to do it, of course, down here in the winter. And also Carol has come to me the other week and said, hey, Evan, you know those little bitty bids that stick to the dogs? And I went, why don't you write a story about the bitty bids? Hello. So when it hits winter down here, I'll probably head in that direction. I wrote a song for my newly found daughter, Catherine, who lives in New South Wales, a song called Part of Me. It took me about 4 weeks to write, 5 weeks to write, backwards and forwards, and I got it nailed down. And that went off to Ernie Seymour, and he's done a wonderful piano track for that, and some beautiful chords. And I mucked around on my piano, finding some chords just so I could structure the melody and find the melody. And there's some nice ones in amongst there. So I sent those to Ernie, and of course Ernie hears other stuff, so he adds his stuff to them. It's just come out brilliant and played like sounds like an upright bass and just a really basic drum track, but that's a flippin' nice song. And so I'm not sure what I'll do with that. Maybe not much, because it's really about me and Catherine, or more about Catherine and me, and her finding me. So that's being mixed and mastered as we speak by Larry Killip, which is fantastic. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be great. So I've been doing a bit of pruning down there, trying my hand at pruning. Pruned the two plum trees yesterday. God, it was hot, man. And I think I've got them looking okay. They said to me, make it look like a wine glass. Well, I drink red wine, so I was familiar with that and tried to keep it in the wine glass shape, and then remove all the ones that tangle in the middle. So let's see what happens next season with the plums. The proof will be in the pudding, or the proof will be in the plums. Anyway, we're just having a relaxed weekend down here, myself and Carol. We may play again with the action, I'm not sure. Maybe at the Waihi Beach RSA or the Pamanui Club. I'm backing off performing live a bit now. My voice is still good. Well, so people tell me. And I can hear it. Sounds good to me. And my wife's a great judge of that. And but I'm just, I don't know, just losing my interest a little bit in the live performance thing. So I'm going to slow that right down and just focus on, creating new songs here, writing new songs, and collaborating with different players. That's my passion at the moment. So I'll continue with that. Six, my last digital album with Liam Ryan and Christian and Palisi and Juan, Steve and Gus, and that got a very good review from New Zealand Music. A very, very good review, and I called the guy and thanked him. So that was a real blast for me. I think I may have a song soon. I think I've heard some film producer chasing one of my songs. Woo woo! That could be good. I like hearing that. It's joy to my ears. So I'll keep you posted on that. So yeah, a lot going on. Always is with me. I'm coming back, or I seem to be coming back fairly well from my mini stroke back in, I think it might have been early July. I got a bit of a fright and couldn't move and lost my speech for a moment. And Carol was amazing, grabbed hold of me and managed to sit me down. And the ambos came and took me off to Thames Hospital. I was in there for a day. And they went over me with a fine-tooth comb and let me out at 9 o'clock that evening. And so I am slowing down. I'm not doing as much physically as I used to. The mini stroke was caused apparently by a piece of plaque in a neck artery, which briefly blocked the blood to the brain. And so I was speechless, well, not speechless, but speaking some garbage for a moment, which, of course, we laughed at a number of years ago after a little incident with due to my LSD taking back in the days. Anyway, at the moment, I'm doing okay, being cautious, taking my meds as I should now, and looking to live on for a few years yet, and enjoying Mrs. Silver and the both of us living in the rurals. All right, so that's my brief update. Again, have a fantastic Waitangi weekend. Take care out there. Look after yourselves.